So in this video, I'm going to explain what a value ladder is and how you can tap into it to build your business or to generate sales or leads for your business during this times of COVID. And if it's a value ladder, if you get to understand it, you can also use it in your business for other things and other during other times, not necessarily only during this time of Corona. So basically, a value ladder is a ladder within which you walk your customers through to get to your back end product. What is happening now is a lot of people are not buying service, a lot of people are not buying products, a lot of people are not spending money actually. And the problem is that businesses are still selling their back end products. So, for example, when you pick a real estate company, they're still selling a house, which involves a lot of money, and they're not getting a lot of sales, a lot of people to buy the house at this time. And it makes absolute sense. Nobody really knows when this whole thing is going to end, right? So, why should I keep spending my money to buy a house that is going to take me time to even get my investment back, or I might not even get it back if I'm going to stay in with my family? So why don't I keep the money and see how long Corona is going to take, COVID is going to take, so that I will be able to take care of myself and my family. So a lot of people are not buying things. In talks of other businesses, similar things are happening in terms of lead generation. It's totally slowed down. Companies are cutting down salaries, some are sacking their staff and things like that. So I decided to come up with some of these ideas to explain to business leaders for them to leverage on it, to see how you can actually make money during this time, these times that we're going through, right? So I decided to come up with this strategy, some of these videos for business leaders to know how to also tap into some of these ideas to make money. The problem is a lot of people are still going with the old mindset of marketing and lead generation, which most of the time doesn't work in this modern world. So with something like a value ladder, it makes it very, very easy to start selling something that your people, your target audience are going to be able to afford, right? Now, in terms of the structure of a value ladder, this is how it looks like. At the very low end, we have something we call a bait. Bait is, as we all know, something that you use to attract or use to woo someone to get to you, right? And we have the front end product or service, and we have the middle end, we have the back end. It's a ladder, so something that will climb up to the top, and you see where the green dollar is. That is something we call the continuity, something that you will keep making recurring money or recurring revenue from. So this is how the ladder actually works. So as the value goes up, as the ladder goes up, the value also goes up and the price goes up. So at this point, it's either free or at a very, very low price. So let's say whatever you're selling, you can decide that, okay, most of the time you have a lot of people, a lot of business owners, a lot of salespeople selling this back end product or the continuity product at the very, very front end here, or at the bait section. So what happens is that when somebody gets to know about them, gets to know about their service or their business, and they see that the value is very, very high because it's this that they are selling, they just walk away and they lose that customer. But if you build a value ladder into your business, whoever gets into it is going to stick with you, because along this path they are going to find something that they want. And during this time round, it's a very critical strategy that you can implement that will help you generate a lot of revenue or a lot of leads that you can later convert into revenue. But before we dive into a value ladder, I want to go back a little bit, a step before a value ladder, to explain one of the secrets that you need before you can build a very, very good value ladder. So this is something we call secret formula. It's something I learned from Russell Brunson. So the whole concept is very, very simple. Now, before you even have your product or you have your product ready, you're about to go to market, you need to understand who you're going to target, who is going to buy your product, right? So in terms of your value ladder, who is going to climb that ladder for you, right? So who is the target audience? And with that target audience, that persona that you've developed, the person who you think is going to buy your product or your service or whatever you're selling, where are they congregating? And the word is congregating, not just any other word. Where do they congregate? So for a typical example is when I'm looking for football fans, where am I going to find them, right? I might find them on football websites like supersport.com, livescore.com. Football fans are always there trying to get news about football, right? So companies like Betway and all the other betting companies, where do they advertise? They definitely focus on advertising on these websites. So bringing it down to a normal sense, in terms of congregation, when you hear the word congregation, what comes to mind? The concept of a church, right? Religion comes to mind. So if the entire church is congregating at a place and they are your target audience, that's exactly where you need to go and market to them, right? So when you bring it online or in the forms of marketing, where are your target audience congregating? Now, for them to congregate, they should have similar things in common. When you think of a church, they have some things in common. They have a similar belief. They have similar practices, right? So they try to convince or try to convey the message that this is what we believe in and this is where we are going, right? So they have a dream, which is like the long-term dream in terms of your value ladder. The dream of whoever you're targeting should be your continuity program or your back end program, right? So whoever you're targeting, they have a place that they're congregating most of the time. So along the line, I meet a lot of people who try to confuse themselves with is Facebook good for me? Is Twitter good for me? Is radio good for me? Is TV good for me? And I always tell them, who are you targeting? And they tell me, okay, we are targeting people like this, I'm targeting people like that. Then I ask them, if you're targeting these people, where are you going to find them? Right? Wherever you're going to find them is where they're congregating. When you find one person there, you're going to find a whole lot of other people there. No matter what kind of business you're doing, there are people who are congregating somewhere in chunks, in bulk, and you need to find them. The moment you find them, you're going to tap into them, and it's going to be your source of revenue. Now, let's say we are targeting Baptist churchgoers or the congregation Baptists, and we want to sell something to them. Where can we find them? You have to look for Baptist churches, Baptist temples. Then we go there and pitch our product, because whatever we are selling is attractive to Baptist people. The moment they see us talking about it, the moment they hear us talking about it, they are going to jump onto it. And so when we get to know that, okay, our target audience are here, this is where they are congregating, then we find something that we can use as a bait to attract them onto us. So the bait is another huge thing that most people don't really get, but the bait should be something very, very simple. The moment you're able to realize who and where, getting the bait should be very, very simple. Now, before you even identify the who, one thing you need to know is, with this who, what are some of the problems that they're going through currently? Whoever wants to be your customer, whoever you're targeting, has problems, and your product or your service should solve their problems, right? They have pain points that they go to sleep and wake up at night and they're always thinking about, pain points that they're always online searching about it, pain points that when they see ad that connects to them on TV or online, they take their time and watch it. When they see articles that speaks to their pain point, they click on it to go and read it. So whoever you're targeting and wherever they are connecting, we need to find something that speaks to their problem, something that solves at least one of their problems, that has so much value for them, that when we decide to give it out to them for free or for something very low, they are really, really going to sort of jump on. So that is the whole idea of the secret formula. We need to identify who we are going to target, what are the problems they are facing, where we can find such people. Now, the thing is, when you find out that the people you are targeting are here, you realize that on that platform, they're always talking about the problems they are going through, right? They are searching for solutions. So your bait should speak to the solution, right? When your bait speaks to the solution and you have the right message, the moment you put it there, it could be free. It could be a free form of a free strategy. The moment you put it there, you realize that they will just jump on it. Just like going to the riverside to catch fish. The moment you get a worm on the hook and you put it in the river, a lot of fishes are going to jump on it, right? So that is it. Then when they jump on it, then you take them to where they want to go, right? That is the dream. So when you bring it back to a value data, the bait should be something that speaks to whoever you're targeting, that solves their problem. Then along the line, the products and services you have there are going to be like a solution to all of these before you get them to the final destination where they really want to be, which is this point. So using the same concept of a real estate, where are people who want to buy houses? Where do they congregate? who are they? What are some of the problems they are going through? The moment you're able to understand this, you can create a bait that speaks to that problem, that solves that problem for them. Then you break it down and give it out to them for free, just to get them to enter your business. The moment they enter your business, then you start exposing them to the other services that you have. Then finally they get to the point where they will say that, okay, I want to buy a house for maybe $200,000. That is where they want to be. That is their dream, and that is the money. That is where the money is, the back end and the continuity. That is where the money is for you. But most of the time when you meet them at the very, very early stage, they don't have the money to spend there. You need to walk them through your value ladder. That is where sometimes it becomes very necessary for you to nurture them along the line before they get to the point. There are some customers, the moment you were able to catch them, they will just say, hey, give me the final thing. This is what I'm looking for. For other people, they are not ready, so you need to walk them through the ladder, introduce something to them at an affordable rate, they will get it. Introduce something to them at an affordable way, they'll get it. Then take them to the back end. When you sell something very huge, then finally you start discussing the concept of back end product or continuity product. I remember very well those days when I started University of Ghana. I think the first week that I started school, Ecobank Ghana came around opening accounts for us, and I didn't understand the concept they were using until I started doing marketing fully. So the concept they were using was really, really very, very simple. So it was that students, you just started school, we want to give you free accounts. I was like, wow, free account, everybody wants it. And they were very, very smart, because most of the time students leaving secondary school to universities, they don't have bank accounts, right? So they came there and they said that, okay, we want to give you guys free account. And with this free account, you don't need to deposit any funds. You don't need to deposit any money. The free account comes with a free ATM card. So you see the strategy. They were actually giving two things in one: a free account and a free ATM card. So you get the card, you get the account, and you get the card. But before you're able to use the card, you need money on it, right? So you go there and you put money on it. So that was their bait, a free account, right? And their long-term goal here, or the back end, was for us to complete school so that we do what? We start using the account as our salary account, so that they can start selling other things to us. So I'm going to come back here and say that, okay, they gave me a free account. I, for one, I still have that account with me for over 16 years now. I still have that account. So they gave me a free bank account. I started using it. Then I realized that, okay, now I don't only need a current account. I also need maybe a savings account. Then I went ahead and I created a savings account. So I'm probably on their value ladder and moved to the next step, right? So, and after school, I realized that now I need to upgrade. So I've been working for maybe 2-3 years, and I'm looking for maybe a credit facility to help me move ahead in life, to build my status. Then I think of maybe getting a credit facility from them, because I've been banking with them for so long. I have that history with them, so they move me along this path. Then maybe that's a credit facility. Maybe that one will be good for me. Another person will say, okay, maybe I need an investment package. They will sell one of their investment packages. Maybe it's a call account or any of those their investment packages to me. Then finally, the continuity program is where I am able to sign on to their, their monthly salary sort of account, where my salary is coming here every month. They are making money from me. So those days, that was how Ecobank built their value ladder. That is how I sat down to calculate, and I said, oh wow, this is how they build their value ladder. Maybe to them they didn't build it that way, but that is how I saw it to be a form of a value ladder. And I see a lot of financial institutions doing it now, and it's working very, very, very well for them. So for a typical agency, for a typical consultant who might not be making a lot of revenue and a lot of sales now, you might be wondering, how do I also tap into this value ladder around this time that people are not buying a lot? So what you need to do is need to identify the steps within which you want your customer to go before they get to the final thing that you're selling to them. For instance, I do digital marketing, I do social media management, I do website design, I do sales funnel, I do online sales, sales conversion, e-commerce, and stuff like that. So when I meet a customer, or when I'm looking for a customer, my whole idea is to put the customer at this point where they'll be paying me a monthly salary, a monthly sort of retainer fee for me to do the work for them, right? So I just built a form into it. So this is it. This is how the raw value ladder will be, but I just built mine into it. So this is basically what I'm doing. at the very first step, I'm offering something I call a free video. So in the video, you might have seen my video so far where I provide a free training on how you can generate leads online, because what I do is basically online. You can generate leads online. So if you're generating leads online, it's free. It's a free video, or I can decide to sell it for maybe $5 or $10. But looking at the people I'm targeting and doing a video on how to generate leads, is it going to be attractive to them if I'm selling it for $5 or for $10? That is fine. In my business, I give it out for free. Some people will watch it and they'll go like, wow, Kobe, I like this video. So I think you explain a lot of things, and how can I actually go and start doing some of these things myself, right? So at this whole level, I have a package I call Do It Yourself, and I have two products into it. This one is either free, then after watching the maybe 10 minutes video, they say they want to do it themselves step by step. So I've created a video course that takes you through everything. It has about 70 video lessons and step by step how to create your account, who to target, how to create this, how to create that. That is a video training. So even before you even get to here, I'm going to make at least $100 or $500 for you. Imagine I gave this out for free. At this level, I'm going to sell the video course to you. That is how it's going to be for one customer or one avatar. The other avatar will say, okay, I've watched the video. I think you have very good information there, but we have a team in-house, right? We want you to come over and train our team or work with our team, right? So on that level, they would not be interested in this one. They'll be rather interested in this, where I said, then I can give you a 12 weeks coaching. I'll pick 3 of your best people. I'll coach them, come over maybe 3 times a week or twice a go, maybe once a week. I'll be giving them assignment. We'll be doing virtual videos and be talking. I'll be training them on what to do to also start achieving some of these lead generation online or sales online. So that is the third step on my value ladder. Then there might be another person who, after watching this video, will say, oh, Charlie, we don't have time. Come over and do this thing for us. Then they will sign my business on retainer. Right? So that is how it might work for different customer avatars, right? Somebody will just watch the video and boom, jump here, that is what I'm looking for, and sign on to the consultancy. Somebody will just watch the video and say, boom, I want your coaching. Man, what you need to know is these are not pricing. Now, these are not just pricing packages. This is a value ladder. These are different products in my value ladder. I'm going to explain how you can integrate the pricing into each of these. Now, let's say if somebody finished watching the free video and they want the video training so that they can do it themselves. In the video training, I can create 3 or 2 different pricing packages and say that, okay, if you just want to watch the video and go according to the tutorials and everything in it, that is $100, right? So you pay $100 to get access to the video. Everything is automated. I don't have to waste my time and everything. The moment you buy it, I'm done with you. Then there's another package that says that, okay, take the video lesson, and after that, I'll be there to provide support. If you have questions, you ask me. That is a different pricing package under that same product, right? So this one is just the video content. This one, there's a training or there's a coaching attached to it where you send emails. I'm going to respond. You can even call me or send me a WhatsApp for me to respond. So under this product, I have 2 different pricing packages under it. Then I move to the coaching. Some companies will say we can't do 12 weeks coaching. We want 6 months. Some will say we want 12 months. So under this coaching, I can create different pricing packages. Some will say we want just 3 months, we want just 1 month, but that 1 month we want you to be in our office every month. So I'll create like 5 different pricing packages under the coaching. So as you can see, the value ladder is not a pricing package. A lot of people mostly make that mistake to think that a value ladder is a pricing package. No, it's not a pricing package. There are different products along the line for your customer, because your customer goes through a lot of journey before they get to your final product. But around this time where we have Corona or COVID, around this pandemic time, if you bring the green section here, if I meet someone online, someone watches my video, and the first thing I'm doing is I'm selling consultancy to the person, it's not really going to work out, because it might be very expensive, like paying maybe $1,000 a month for my social media consultancy. It might not really connect with them, because they haven't built any relationship with me. They don't trust me. They don't know I can do the work. But the moment they watch my video, either for free or they buy it for a very cheap price, they will say that, okay, this guy is good. Now we can we can move to the next step. Now, for all of you watching this video, you are just at the first step of my value ladder. After this video, if you feel like connecting with me to help you build yours, you fall into any of these steps afterwards. Now, what I get most of the time concerning a value ladder is that okay, Kwabna, my business is a brick and mortar. I cannot really build a value ladder into it. My business is that I cannot really build a value ladder work for me and things like that. Now, what you need to know is a value ladder is irrespective of your industry. So you can be doing real estate, consulting, manufacturing, whatever business that you're in, financial, auditing, whatever, you can still plug in a value ladder. Just yesterday, I was working with one of my clients who is a financial consultant on how you can build a value ladder into his business. So obviously, we're just selling the financial monthly consulting at this very, very first step. Now, we've decided to break it down and we've created about 3 different products into his ladder. Now, the consultant has moved to the continuity level where every month they are going to pay him this amount. But before he's able to sell that to you, you have to walk through his value ladder to get to that point. So for instance, if you pick a graphic design business or a creative agency, this can be one of their value ladders, right? This is just a brainstorm idea that I came up with. I've done it for other businesses and they are just my natural ideas that I'm just putting together to make sense out of the value ladder for a lot of people to understand it. So I see sometimes I come online, I see a lot of digital flyers around and a lot of creative agencies saying, we'll do website for you, we'll do a design for you, we'll do a logo for you, and you don't need this, you need that, and it doesn't make sense. Me that you're trying to pitch logo design and these things to you don't know me, right? You don't know what I'm going through. You don't know my problems. You are just putting it on your page and you're promoting it to anyone who sees it, which is very, very wrong. But if you have a value ladder and at the very tail end, you're offering something that is very, very cheap or affordable, you can get a lot of people to jump into your business. So let's say, for example, a typical creative agency, they are offering logo design for free. Just imagine logo design for free. And when you jump on it, they say that, okay, for the logo design, when we create a minimalist logo for you, it's going to be for free. But if you want different concepts of the same logo, you are going to pay this amount for it. So that is how they are going to get people, because the message will be a free logo design for you around this time that we are all at home and nobody is going out. If you jump on, and there are a lot of business owners out there who needs logo, who some of them want to change their logo, some are just starting. But we are saying that we're giving it to you for free. Then when they give you their contact details that they want it for free, then let them know that inside this particular package, we have one. The one we are going to do for you is a minimalist text logo. That is the one we are giving to you for free. But if you want a customized symbol or creative or iconic logo, this is how much it's going to cost. And you need to know is this is the very first step. So it's going to be very, very affordable, right? Then after they do the logo, this is somebody who obviously has problems. That's how come he needs the logo. So you realize that you can go deeper into the person's business and you can start pitching that, okay, now why don't you change your entire identity for it to reflect the logo? Now the logo is a whole identity on its own. But now you have a logo and you're still maintaining your old identity, or you don't even have an identity for your business. So why don't we do the entire branding concept for you? Before you realize they are jumping on. Right? And if you're able to build this and get the next sale, next product to be sold, and next product to be bought by the customer, you can also go to the far end where you pitch that. What if you start doing your social media content for you on a monthly basis? Then your creative agency is in business. You've been able to sell your continuity program to your customer by offering them a free logo from the very, very beginning. Now, one question I had last week was, how can a restaurant or a brick and mortar business like a restaurant also tap into the value ladder? Now, what you need to know is, as I said, a value ladder can be used in any business, any sort of industry. If you don't have it, if you have no idea how to build it, sit your marketing team down, sit your team down, and see how you can plug into it. The restaurant business is a bit different as compared to other forms of business, but you can still plug in a value ladder. Around this time, a lot of people are not going out to buy food. They are not coming out to sit in a restaurant. Most restaurants are closing down. Hotels are closing down. So what you can do is you can start offering something for free, as always, as a bait. What can you offer for free? free delivery, get people to come in, cook the food, advertise on social media that if you order our lunch, if you order our breakfast, you get it for free. So somebody sitting at home or in the office who doesn't feel like going out or is really scared and going out to a restaurant to hold doors and open doors and is going to contract this virus, will want to stay in the office and order. So when they see that they're not going to pay for delivery and the food is free, the meal is free, they will definitely make the order. So this is how it works. You get your bait as a free meal ordering, right? Or delivery, free meal or delivery. And when they come in, when your people are sending the delivery, you add a coupon to say that maybe 20 cedis off or 10% off your next order. That is how you upsell another kind of product or another meal to him, right? So I've ordered the first one, which is free delivery, and I'm waiting for it to come. The moment it comes to me, inside the package, I see a ticket that says, or a coupon that says, your next meal, you can get it for 20% discount. You get 20% off. Definitely tomorrow when I come to work, I have 20% off. I'm going to order it. I have 20 cedis off. I'm going to order it again, right? And at the same time, I'm going to get free delivery. Before you realize, you are getting in a lot of people, and then third time he's getting the free delivery or the meal, you can say that if you refer a friend or if you buy for your friends, you get an extra one, right? You can keep selling this to the person. The ladder can keep going up to the stage where you get to a point that you start selling packages. Like, okay, so you've been buying from us for at least 2 weeks now. Why don't you subscribe to our package? Just sit in the office, just sit in your home, and we'll be bringing you your meals. If it's breakfast early in the morning, our delivery guy will bring it. If it's lunch by 12:30, our delivery guys will bring it wherever you are. You just pay this amount per month. And this strategy, if you try to implement it, I'm very, very positive it's going to work for you around this time that we are all facing this pandemic. So a value ladder can actually be practiced by any business, any industry. If your business people, if your marketing people have not been able to put it together, get them to work, this is a good time for you to leverage on some of these strategies to start generating money. Now, I keep saying that every business can make money online. And a value ladder doesn't mean that you only need it to work online. A value ladder can be used offline and online, right? So any business can make money online. Since businesses are making money offline, same thing, businesses can also make money online. So what you need to do is to plug in your value ladder, whether it's offline or online. So when you need more information to some of these concepts and strategies, just get in touch. All right, thank you for watching this video, and watch out for my next video. I'll be sharing another strategy on how businesses can leverage on this pandemic season to make money online.